I feel the need for the right speed. Talk to me, gooseneck.
Looks dangerous.
Lock it in, baby. Lock it in.
Never leave your wingman.
Never, ever leave your wingman. Every player needs a wingman.
Is that Bernhard?
Oh, great. Langer. You know why I play Tour Edge? Because I win with it.
Pound for pound, nothing comes close.
Golf gloves have been around for over a century, but they never seem to stand the test of time. It's time to stop playing short-lived, frail, crusty leather gloves and start playing with game-changing Claw golf gloves. Exclusive silicone palm provides consistent grip that never blackens, hardens, or tears. Breathable mesh promotes outstanding airflow, keeping hands cool and sweat-free. Add in being machine washable, the Claw delivers more rounds than typical stale old leather gloves. Golfers, it's time to expect more from your golf glove.
And we are back here at Big's Golf Talk BGT 2.0. I am Big John Quick. He is the golf father, Bill Cuevas, here on iPlay Radio. On iPlay Radio. On
Radio.
Yeah. iHeartRadio.
iPlay Radio 2.
Native Family Radio. Tune in and much, much more. We're also available on your favorite podcast as well. Just search for Big's Golf Talk on your platform that you use for your podcasts. That includes Apple and all that stuff. iTunes, we're available there as well. So, World Am. I'll tell you what, I always, like I said in the beginning and earlier on the show, that I always thought it was just a tournament. Didn't realize they had a 19th hole where they had vendors and things like that. So, Bill, give us a description, because some of us that we love golf, and we see this advertisement for World Am, but we just think it's a golf tournament. Tell us all about what World Am is all about. And I know we're going to have the people from Myrtle Beach on, but
yeah, I'll give a quick thing. Everything's based. I mean, it's a huge tournament. I believe this year was over 3,300 golfers. It's handicap based, so you have to have a legit gin if you want to win prizes. So if you want to just participate to get the experience and you don't have it, you can go and play, and it's a 4-day event, 4 different golf courses. I believe there was 50 golf courses in Myrtle Beach, all within a 45-minute radius. So So most of our golf courses, I'd say 3 out of the 4 were 15, 20 minutes away from where we stayed. And there was only one that was about 40 minutes away. But they range from that. Every day there was at least 33 to 34 different golf courses in use. So in our division, the good-looking crew, there was very few. It was the old man's crew. So it's age-based. I believe it goes from like 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60. Then it goes based on your handicap. So like when me and Mr. Greg did it, Greg came down because he's older than me. So he came down to my division. I went to his handicap. So I played at a 10 handicap. Some of the days my handicap was a 7. Others, it was 9, 8, 10. It varied every single day. I believe it's super fair. In past times, people worried about, who could sandbag. They make it virtually impossible for you to do it. You have to have, you will get penalized for those that decide that I'm not going to put no scores in, or I'm going to throw 20 different scores in all just before the tournament. That's not going to work. They want you to have legit. They go over the whole entire year based on what you had, and they have these analytics that tell them what.
And I will say, so I have the gin on my phone. Very easy, and I like it because it's the USA Gin mobile app. And I will say that you could also use it as a GPS. And it doesn't cost much, but there it is. I mean,
Yep.
I can't believe I'm 14-4, but that's
well, yeah.
You know.
I paid I think it was $24 through my club. So if you belong to a golf
this,
course,
I think with the app with the GPS, you could break
just
it
do
down
it.
or whatever.
It was like $30.
I think I paid
$30.
$50 for the year.
Yeah.
To have the app and everything else. So.
And it's every January you have to you re-up to keep it. And it has a spot for your tournament. You put those scores in. So every day I went in and I put my tournament scores. I had it somewhere.
And you could do hole by hole, or you could just do a score.
Or you could just do front and back.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
front and back or hole by hole.
Right.
Which is cool. They had skins the game. So there was one guy that won one skin all to himself. It's hard. You know what I mean? So the people, everybody, when you're stepping over an eagle.
Let me ask you something about the handicap system, because again, confusing to people.
Yeah.
Because it's adjusted from your partner to partner.
Yes.
So if you are a 14-4 like me, and your partner is a 6. Well, your 14-4 gets cut down because don't they limit?
You go right down to the state,
right?
Yeah, we opted for that because mine was because
when you say opted, I mean, is there a choice? I mean, if you opted,
you
have
a choice. Yeah, I had a choice. If like say me and you go, right, and I think I said this in the other segment. If me and you go, right, and we're sharing a car ride, and there's only one car. Me and you ideally will be in the same exact group, and we won't have to adjust our handicap because we're close in age and we're close in handicap.
Is this a 2-person team or individual?
Oh, no. You just have the option. They're really kind because they got people coming from all over the world.
Right.
So what they're saying is if you're just doing it for the fun aspect, which I was doing it for the experience, and I wanted to see what was going on, what changes happened over the last few years. And there was a lot of good changes. The pace of play was phenomenal the way they did it. And like I said, even the 6-hour round seemed like a 4.5-hour round. And that was because of the rain and, cart path only. But it was so fast, you weren't sitting there waiting for the next group. Everything was going. It was really, really smooth. I mean, for the most part, I don't think we had any problems whatsoever. The golf courses, regardless of the first one that was under rain, we had a rain delay. Even that dried up really, really quick. They got us out there again. There was really no issues. There was no issues. They still do the same thing. So for people that are worried about the handicap stuff, they monitor it every day after you finish. They input your scores. And when they go and they input your scores, you go to the 19th hole, which is at the convention center, and they got huge screens everywhere. Charlie Reimer's there. You'll see some pictures of Charlie and a video that I shot. We'll get it up there when he was talking to Squares. But they adjust. So let's say you're a 14. You go in there, so you have an adjusted gross handicap and you have your gross handicap. So they post both. So Biggs has a 14 handicap. So this is what he should have shot. So now this is what you actually shot. So if you go and you shoot in the 60s, right?
Which I shouldn't be.
Right?
I could have the best round of my life, and I shouldn't shoot 60s.
And that's okay. Let's say you did just for that one day. Then the next day, Biggs goes and does his normal 84 or 86. No red flag. The next day you go and you shoot another 80 and you shoot around your limit. It's okay. You go and shoot a 67. All of a sudden you shoot a 65. Now all of a sudden you shoot a 70 and you're nowhere near within your handicap. That second day, they're going to be watching you. That third day, they're going to be giving you the hook. We saw the hook come from our group. Like I said, I played with somebody and I was just amazed, especially with course conditions and everything, the way we were set up and everything. It was just, I couldn't believe, the handicap, but it ended up that person ended up disappearing. He was gone after it. So they do monitor it. I know other people that they've gotten their handicap adjusted. So if you had a 14 and all of a sudden you shot to a 10, they'll adjust your handicap to that 10 and modify all of your scores. to make it fair. So they are doing
this
a great
is
job.
this is not a 2-person team event. It's
It's
individual.
solo. It's an individual event, but if you want to go, there's a lot of guys that went together.
Yeah,
and they wanted.
I'm just talking about the tournament itself as a single individual tournament.
If you want to just go there and you want to go lights out, which there were people that they were by themselves. Me and Mr. Greg Wise decided that we wanted to team up. We figured we drove up together. Mine was a last minute thing. I got my freedom literally a day and a half before we were taking off to Myrtle Beach. So when I got the word, I took off to Myrtle Beach. I was gone. I was like, I'm in. And that was the end of that. But it was a great feeling. It was a great participating.
All right. You talked about the 19th hole at being at the convention center.
Yes.
And then we heard on the video that it was the world's largest 19th hole.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about what is the 19th hole? Besides drinking.
There is a lot of beverage. I believe there was 14 food stations. So they had all of these from super fancy to super delicious food. They had different soups. They had Mexican. They had Italian. They had upper scale steak and fajitas, and then they had, you name it, all kind of food. You go to the station, they were serving the food. You take your food, you go. They had sliders every day, every night. It changed. Every night, those 14.
And by the way, before we end this, I also want to mention that Southwest does now fly to Myrtle Beach.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I saw.
So there you go.
So they do, but they had that, and then they have like a mini, I would dare say, PGA show kind of style thing. A bunch of booths were set up in the center aisle. They had putting contests. They had a stage where they held contests. They gave away free entries. They gave away golf clubs. They gave away sets of Callaway wedges. They gave away shoes, bags, travel bags. It is well worth it. I mean, every day they were like, okay, flight number 12, everybody wins a rangefinder. So if you're in flight 12, you get a rangefinder.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes. And this is every night. Every night is a big party. Everybody gets together, breaks bread, talks about the scores, what's going on. They have tables for you to sit down in, contests. They had the game where you throw the sandbags. I forgot what they call that. The sandbag in those boards. Cornhole. Yeah, they have cornhole contests, friendlies every night, ice cream, huge station. I think that was the favorite station for most people. They had 6 different flavors every night. You had a cone or a cup, your choice, sprinkles and cookies, cookie crumble. They had it all. I'm trying to be quick because I know we don't have a lot of time. But I got to see a lot of our vendors. I got to see Towel Tag and finally meet him. So that's why we did that little snippet. We had Squares. So I do have a clip that I shot when Charlie Reimer was interviewing Dave from Squares. So I did capture that. I got that. And Charlie says it best. And we're going to have Squares on later on to talk about it. And that's when we're going to show that clip, because that's what you want. You want unscripted people talking about your stuff. A lot of people kept asking, of course, when I was there talking, how's Faldo's situation? How's Faldo's situation? How's Faldo's situation? We see Faldo still in the commercials. Faldo still, it doesn't change the fact because he left the TV side. He still wears the shoes. He still plays golf. He's still heavily involved. Right. So there was a lot of things. They had all different types. They had belt companies, shoe companies, and I bought there was a nice old lady there. She took up shop. It was the only unique shop that really wasn't golf related. And it was my favorite shop that I went and I shopped. I talked to her. She was really, really kind. So I got some stuff from there, which was unique stuff. So I got a little surfboard from Hawaii and stuff like that, which a guy made. So I'll show that later on in another episode. There was a lot of things big. It's a great experience, and every day is a new experience. I think the days go quick. You know what I mean? You wake up at 6:30 in the morning. You're at the golf course at 7:30. You tee off. You know, they have coffee for you. They have danishes one day. You'll have donuts. You'll have muffins. Every day changes. And most based on the courses that you're at, coffee all the time. They have cart girls out there. It's really, really good experience. You get off the course, you know, go wherever you're staying, shower, lots of places to stay. We stayed in the hotel in the convention center over there. So it was easy for us. Went to the hotel, parked the car, went upstairs, took a shower, went downstairs, walked over.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
You know, it's quick, easy, and a great way. A lot of the guys stayed in at the beach. So they stayed, you know, they rented whatever, those houses and stuff like that. But I think no matter what option you choose to go to Myrtle Beach, it's great. They had the tourism people there as well, showing you other places to golf. I mean, besides Florida, Myrtle Beach.
Rumors have it that maybe Big's Golf Talk will be there next year doing a live show or shows from there.
It could happen, man. You know, I think it'll be a good thing if we can pull that off. You know, and you never say never. You know what I mean? I was talking already about next year and both of us going there and doing our thing, which would be nice because then we'll have Greg there, we'll have Beverly there. And rumor has it that Beverly Wise might be participating in the women's event. So
there you go.
She you know, this year she didn't. She was the camera woman.
Well, it's never too late to plan for next year, ladies and gentlemen. Plan for next year for the World Am Golf.
Keep your accurate handicap. That's my advice. Every day you play. Start now.
Get that app on your phone. Get that app on your phone and join and get that accurate handicap going on.
Sign up. We're gonna post. We're gonna post on our site. We'll get you the website. Go join their newsletter. I mean, I get 1 or 2 emails a week from, you know, Myrtle Beach, letting me know what's going on registration wise. Oh, I know we're really short on time, but you know what? With that entry also, Biggs, I got a pullover, I got shirt, I got a hat, I got cups, I got all kinds of stuff. Well worth the entry. You get a gift card to the PGA Tour store where you can go shopping right there where you register. They got 4 locations to register. It's easy. It's fun. I hope to see our listeners there next year.
All right. For Amanda, the Golf Diva Censor, and for Bill, the Golf Father Cuevas, for Greg, the wisest man in golf, Greg Wise, I am Big John Quick, and this has been Big's Golf Talk BGT 2.0. Bill is back here on Big's Golf Talk. Bill is back. The boys are back in town. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And don't forget, if you suffer from depression, talk to somebody, reach out, make that call, because that call can save your life. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. God bless. And
you matter.